Okay, I'm joined here by Luke Garrard before we welcome Altrincham to the Mangata Development Stadium, Meadow Park. Luke, we're coming into this game off the back of 3 consecutive wins, having scored 10 goals in the process. What's the atmosphere like in the camp after that?
Really good. Obviously, the National Cup games are helping to keep the whole group enthusiastic, keep them involved. Obviously, 7 changes against West Brom on Tuesday evening and played in a manner in which it seemed seamless to the performance against Morecambe on the Saturday. So some real good positive performances and a group that, like I said, feel engaged. And the latter stages of this week have been really, really positive, and the full focus turns to Altrincham now, where we want to continue our unbeaten run with another 3 points tomorrow.
Yeah, you mentioned Tuesday night changing a lot of the starters around and still producing a good performance. Can we expect to see any of those who came in to take the field tomorrow?
Possibly. Obviously, we want competition. We've got a 21-man squad minus Payne, who's currently injured. So we've got personnel in all areas that are breathing down people's backs. And it's exactly what I wanted as a group. That's been backed by the chairman. And you can see by the level of performance on Tuesday evening, the ones that are waiting in the wings are ready. That's credit to them in their training, us in the methods we're using day to day with regards to our training schedule. So yeah, it'll be open in terms of what that looks like come 3 p.m. with regards to the team selection. But I have no fear in any one of them coming off the bench, starting, because I felt that the performance on Tuesday shows us where we're currently at as a group. And just going on that, in terms of our subs in recent weeks, they've changed the way in which the game's panned out, whether we're levelling and getting the win or losing and coming back to get a point away at Carlisle. So it's always going to be about the squad. It's never about the 11. We need to make sure that everyone's ready and waiting when given an opportunity.
And in your notes, you've spoken about marrying attractive possession-based football with that hard-to-beat DNA of a Luke Garrard side. How do you make sure the team keeps that balance, and especially when the pressure is on in a big National League game?
I said it to the group, and I say it to anyone that wants to listen: the better the player is, the better the decision they make. We have been really productive with our build and our creating in terms of playing through the thirds, and that's evident for everyone to see. That's something that's been going on in pre-season, and the boys have taken to it really, really well. There's a lot of lessons that I'm still learning in the way we're trying to play, and for me, it's still not coming away from what we are and what we're based as a Boreham side and a Luke Garrard side. And that's having hard work, grit, togetherness, running. And I think if we can marry that up with what we're serving up in terms of our, our football at the minute, I'm not going to say the complete side, but we need to find many ways of winning a game of football. And I feel we've shown that in the first 7 games we've played in the National League, and we've shown that in the 2 games we played in the National Cup. I want to make sure that we stay humble, we work hard, we have that underdog mentality, and make sure that we continue the progress that we're currently on with regards to the way we're trying to play, trying to emphasise our game on the opposition and making sure it's all about us as opposed to them.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Obviously, you've praised Phil Parkinson and Altrincham, their ability to rebuild after selling top players, but what do we need to do to take all 3 points tomorrow?
Watched them closely. I thought they were very dominant against Gateshead. I thought they had a good ding-dong against Sutton for good periods of the game. We have to appreciate their strengths, which they have many, but I feel that, like you said right from the offset, we've won our last 3, we scored 10 goals. We're currently sitting 7th in the division after 7 games, and we're playing a free-flowing attacking football with intent and purpose and energy. I say it and I say it again, going down a league last season and coming back a year ago to the day, there's been a different mindset in my return. It's about what we do as a dressing room. It's a heavy focus on how we prepare, plan and go about our business. And that's evident in our sessions, evident in our analysis, and I genuinely feel that's evident in the way we're playing. Yes, we have to appreciate what the opposition present, and we need to make sure that we can have a concept that deals with that, but we need to make sure it's all about us and it's only ever about us. If we play to our maximum, we work hard, we run hard and implement what's being asked of the group, we're a match for anyone in the division. And like I said from the offset, we need to remain humble and we need to understand what the DNA and what the mindset of me as a manager, and that's replicated out in our performances.
Thank you very much, Luke.